Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new Capenna draft here on the channel. Before I get to the draft, though, I want to say thank you to Wizards of the Coast for giving me access to a free preview account so that I can play with the cards early. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for more content, and comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. And let's get ready to rumble. We are going to be crushing our foes and taking names, as they say. And our rare is not particularly great, but it is super cool. Devilish Valet. So basically, if you can play like 3 creatures in a turn is when it really gets scary, where you have your 3-drop that got to like 8 power. Because it goes 2 power, and then it goes to 4 power, and then 8 power. So if you play 3 creatures in a turn, pretty scary. But not particularly great, I don't think, because it's kind of hard to play 3 creatures in a turn in Limited especially. So what else would we like in this pack? There is Bouncer's Beatdown, which is a fine removal spell. 3 mana for a kill spell, and green is pretty reasonable. In the commons, nothing too premium. Rock's Pummeler seems good to me, but I would probably rather just have the Beatdown to start with. Glamorous Outlaw can be good, but not going to take it when I don't really know my colors yet. And then Quickdraw Dagger's colorless. Fairy Vandal can do good work. Devilish Valet seems sweet. It's between that and the Bouncer's Beatdown. This card doesn't seem that good to me, so I'm going to take the Bouncer's Beatdown. I don't think I'm ever going to play more than 2 creatures in a turn. Even if I'm generating a token, most of those cards are pretty expensive. Okay, now we have some real options. It's a common missing from the pack, so maybe they took a... I don't know if there's one of each colored common in the pack, but if they did, then they would have taken a green common because there's not just a base green common, but I don't know if that's how the collations work in this sort of set. But there is a Riveter's Charm, which is a card that I really like. There's also a Rocco, which seems pretty solid as well. Just being able to get 2 creatures. I think Riveter's Charm is slightly better. And then, other than that, there's a lot of gold cards in this pack. There's a couple of mana fixers, but I'd rather just take the Riveter's Charm, get some nice power. The cool thing about this card, I'm going to try to make sure I hover over the cards I take because they are so new. But this one is, I can either use it as a removal spell for their biggest creature, or I can use it to get some card advantage. Critically, this is an instant, so I could like cast it on my opponent's turn, and then use it on the cards on my turn. And I think it says your next end step. So, yeah, so I'm going to take that over the Rocco. I think Rocco would be my next pick. You may be wondering why I'm taking a gold card so early. And the thing is a lot of the time you're going to end up in one of the 3-color families. And that makes a card like Riveter's Charm less restrictive than it normally would be. Where taking a 3-color card in a typical set is like, wow, how often are you playing 3 colors? Well, here it's like you're playing this deck like way more often than you normally would be. Here, Citizen's Crowbar is a pretty good card. It would go into the Naya deck that I could have drafted, the Cabaretti, but I took Riveter's Charm over the Rocco. Such is life sometimes. There's the Crowbar, just nice 2 mana, 2/2 basically, and it gives you an equipment and some artifact and enchantment interaction, so I like that. Other than that, this pack is a little bit weak. 4 mana, 5/4 is just a solid rate. I like Rooftop Nuisance, but I think Crowbar is just the best card in the pack. Could go with my Bouncer's Beatdown. Not particularly good with Riveter's Charm, but you win some, you lose some. Okay, and now we immediately have another cool pack where there is Pugnacious Pugilist as a nice aggressive card in red. Red is kind of a nice color for me here because I can use it in either the Riveter's deck or the Naya deck, the Cabaretti. There's Grisly Sigil, which is reasonable. You can take out a couple small creatures, which I do like. Pugilist is my front runner right now. There's also Body Dropper, which is a nice 2-drop if I did want to commit more towards the Riveter's direction. Girder Goons, again, it's more of a card that fits exclusively into Riveters versus this card, which can go into either deck. And then there's Exhibition Magician. So I think I'm going to take the Pugilist over the Magician. Magician is tempting, though. But I think the Pugilist looks good. It's tough to say, though. And here I get a little bit rewarded because now I see another Citizen's Crowbar. There's also a Cabaretti Courtyard, which is a nice card. There's also Rumor Gatherer. Huh. Kind of punished for the Pugilist, actually. I mean, Pugilist still seems good to me. Just hits like a truck, gets you some card advantage, potentially. Here it's tough because the Cabaretti Courtyard, it looks like Cabaretti is kind of an open spot here because we're seeing a lot of good white cards too. I'm not sure if Rumor Gatherer is better than the Citizen's Crowbar. And then I kind of wish I'd taken the Exhibition Edition because it goes better with the Rumor Gatherer. I think I'm going to stick with I think I'm just going to take the Crowbar. Again, I still think that card is really good. Courtyard would probably be up there, but I'm just... Okay, now we get an Elegant Entourage. There's also Gathering Throng, but I'm not a huge fan of that card. The reason I took the Crowbar is double white, first of all, is going to be really hard for my mana if I'm playing 3 colors. Second of all, I think Crowbar's a really good card. And then I think, yeah, just mana-wise, the other one's a little bit harder. So now there's like a 2-drop. There's that guy, Tainted Indulgence, Throng. Here I think it's pretty much just Elegant Entourage as the best card. Goes well into a potentially like green-white base with a little bit of red. I guess this is double red, which is a factor. Okay, now it's between Racer's Ring and Rakish Revelers. I'm going to take the Racer's Ring, I think. Again, I can play this in the Riveters deck if I do end up in that direction. I do have the 2 Crowbars, but this can go into Riveters or into Cabaretti, whereas this is mostly just a Cabaretti card. Close pick, though. Close pick. There's Tramway Station. I do like this card as like a way to make a bunch of tokens, but... Okay. I like Mayhem Patrol. I think Rumor Gatherer is still, like, I do think it's a good card, but double white is still tough for turn 3 in my deck, it looks like. I think Mayhem Patrol is just great. It's also Civil Servant. It does make some citizens. So this card could be a pick. Yeah, just take that. Go for a little bit of a citizen theme. Celebrity Fencer versus Rocks Pummeler. Let's take the Fencer because it's cheaper. I do have a lot of creatures. So I took the Civil Servant because it looks like I'm going to be like green-white base and then playing a little bit of red. And if I'm playing green-white base, then this is a really good card. Rewarded. Oh my gosh. That's incredible, Dribble Coon. 1 year, that's incredible. A long time. Yeah, we get a Civil Servant now. Now we have 2 Civil Servants. Green-white is looking open. I'm liking our spot here. We'll get an Attended Socialite. Late Rooftop Nuisance. Boon of Safety is also a potential option. I think Socialite's nice, though. Just get ourselves a lot of green-white 2-drops so we don't have to worry about getting any red 2-drops. Wow, late Girder Goons. That's kind of disrespectful. Also late Rooftop Nuisance. For the Family or Social Climber. I think For the Family is just better. When you're playing these aggressive creature decks, just having For the Family is nice. Okay, what do we have here? I do like Call in a Professional. It really just blows out some of the shield counter synergy stuff. What would I even take other than that? I mean, like a combat trick that's bad, that's probably going to wheel. So yeah, Call in a Professional is pretty nice for me here. A green-white base, and then splashing like a Pugilist as like a Blitz card at the top end, off of a Racer's Ring and maybe some other fixing. I think you can also just play straight green-white. Like, I have a lot of just green-white cards that are pretty good. And then Boon would maybe be my second pick here, or Quick Draw Dagger. Quick Draw Dagger could be good with all my cards. Cabaretti Charm. Oh, man. This is the greediest pick. Because if I take Cabaretti Charm and wheel Civil Servant, I'm just living the dream. Like, oh my gosh. I think I can do it, too. That's the thing. That's the beauty of it. Is nobody else wants Civil Servant. Nobody else can play it. I got the last one, like, super late. But it's greedy, because I think Civil Servant is almost better for my deck. Because this is like a splash card. But this card's still great. I'm going to take the Charm, and then hope to wheel Civil Servant. It's greedy, but I think that in this case it's going to work out for me, especially because I got the first Civil Servant and then got the second one like super late. Like everyone had a chance at Civil Servant and nobody took it. And now we're just going to lay our claim to the Cabaretti. Oh, beautiful. Jewel Thief is exactly what we wanted here. This card seems reasonable to me, like a nice combat trick that can give you a 1/1. But Jewel Thief helps us with our red splash, and it's just like a great 3-drop. And we don't have a ton of 3-drops anyway. Huge. Excellent pickup. After that, I would be taking probably the Luxurious Libation, and then Backup Agent third. See, this is the classic case where Riveter's Requisitioner might look good, but I don't need a 2-drop. I already have 5 2-drops that are just green and white, which means I can just focus my deck around green and white and then dip into red for a little bit of extra stuff. I'm actually really leaning towards just taking Patch Up over like Cabaretti Initiate. Also, Ominous Parcel could be good. I think 1 Ominous Parcel would make my deck over the Rakish Revelers as well. I don't really want to spend my turn 2 on the Rakish Revelers thing. Ooh. This is interesting. Observer, 1 less for each citizen. I have a decent number of citizens. 2 citizens. Okay, I don't have a decent number. Okay, but 2 citizens plus this is 4 citizens. Plus 5, 6 citizens. This could be fine in my deck. There's also just Warm Welcome, which I like as well. And now I'm going to take the Celebrity Fencer. I think. Over like Chrome Cat. Maybe this card wasn't the best pick, but I want to try it out. If there is a Citizens deck, I might be able to finagle my way into it. Ooh, nice pickup. Brazen Upstart is a good card. My mana is not particularly great, but I have this Parcel and this Racer's Ring. And Brazen Upstart is a great card. Why are all these cards like Shamans and stuff? There's a nice expensive Rocks Pummeler. So another Fencer. Chrome Cat. Kind of just want to keep taking Fencers and see how that works out for me. And then I think the next pack is the one that would have the Civil Servant in it. Or maybe it's 2 packs from now. Let's take Boon of Safety so we can try it out. Brazen Upstart might not be able to make the cut. We'll definitely be able to splash like at least 1 red card. Maybe not the Pugilist. What did I say? I had no doubts. There's also Take to the Streets, which would maybe be okay in this deck, but we'll just get the Civil Servant number 3. So now, once you have 6 2-drops, you really don't have to worry about 2-drops. Like, you can play more in your aggressive decks, but you're going to be fine. We don't need that guy. We'll just take a Backup Agent over Brass Knuckles. So, like, we have 7 2-drops now that are all reasonable. Cabaret Initiate can be playable sometimes, I'm assuming. I guess we'll take a Gathering Throng. Wow, we got Patch Up. Nice. Okay, so here is our 3rd pack. My immediate inclination is to just take the Botanical Plaza. Makes my mana a lot better. These cards aren't particularly synergistic with what I'm doing. This is like a 5-mana creature, which I don't really need. And this land is perfect for me. So we're going to take the Botanical Plaza here pretty handily. We would take as many Botanical Plazas as we could get in this pack. Okay, now there is Toulouse. Not really a card for my deck. Ceremonial Groundbreaker is great, though. I don't know which card people are referring to when they say Duelist. I don't know all the cards shorthand. Yeah, Groundbreaker seems good for my Citizen deck. Huh. So here I could just take another For the Family. I don't think I'm going to be able to splash heavily enough into red to want to second call the Professionals. So we'll just take another For the Family. I have a lot of creatures. I have 7 2-drops. So I don't need to prioritize this guy or anything. And Feed the Family is a nice card. Okay, so normally I would take the Crowbar, but Botanical Plaza is just excellent for me. Just makes my mana so much better. And I already have 2 Crowbars, so I'm like, they do get a little worse in multiples because you can't just spend like 6 mana a turn equipping multiples. So yeah, easy land. Also, you can see I have enough playables already, so just getting a land is like a free bonus playable. And now another land. This is really working out for me. I'm able to splash all 3 of these cards. Maybe not that guy, but looking great. And we're not going to flood out because I have so many great lands. Freelance Muscle seems good to me. Why is nothing a citizen? Oh, no! Why do I have to choose? No, there's another civil servant! I must serve the people! The people need to be served. There's also another another plaza. I'm gonna take the servant. It's like the best card in my deck. I don't know. I also just love having, like, it just seems great. Prize fight. Is this a citizen? Why are they all druids? Prize fight could be good for me. How many citizens do I have now? 6? 7, 8. I already have a Broken Wings in the sideboard. Okay, I'm not sure. Maybe I was just supposed to take the extra land, the plaza. But at a certain point, you don't want to have too many tap lands anyway. Eight, 12, 14, 16. Definitely can play 17. So this is 9 green sources, 9 white sources. My colors are perfectly split between the 2. So I just have to make 2 cuts. My immediate eye is just to cut it, call in the professional, because I think my Brazen Upstart's worth splashing, and my Cabaret Charm is worth splashing, but don't want to go too deep, draw too many of them in one particular go. Prize Fight's interesting, but I think it's going to be good when these things are like 3/3s, because they just fight other small creatures well. Cabaret Initiate could definitely go. So I think I'm going to run it like that. I have 13 creatures, but these are also creatures, so that's like 15. And overall, it seems like a good deck. I'm excited to see how it goes. Slightly heavier on white, but I have 9 white sources, 9 green sources, 3 red sources, plus this, so looks like a sweet deck. Obviously making Civil Servant the art. And let's go show people the power of democracy in the games. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support my content at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, and special shout out to those at the credits level. It's thanks to patrons that I'm able to make as many videos as I do, and if you decide to become a patron, you even gain access to my card-by-card tier list for Streets of New Capenna, so you can use this bonus resource with instant access to all of my opinions on the cards to help you in your initial drafts of the format. If you're interested in Patreon, you can find more information in the link in the description down below, but without further ado, let's get to the games. Hello everyone, and welcome to round 1. We are playing against Frank Karsten, which is really special for me because he was the first big name player I ever played against in person at a Grand Prix, or any level, but I played against him in a Grand Prix. Oh man, I won that match, by the way. Subtle flex. I only brought it up because I won. Actually, that's not true. I would have brought it up if I'd lost. Okay, do we keep this hand? It's not particularly aggressive. I'm going to keep it, though, because we have these 2 lands and we have all our colors. What a draw! See, this is the power of building your deck correctly. No big deal. We're going to get this done. Nice. I don't want to use this to make 2 1/1s and use this as a combat trick. So I might just Bouncers beat down this thing. Or something else he plays. No, I can't actually. Yeah, highest power. Okay. So my plan is to get the Entourage into play. I'm probably going to cast Bouncer's Beatdown just because by the time that I would be able to use it, I'm going to have stuff to do. So I'm going to play... It's a high risk, high reward play if he has a removal spell for my guy. But here I just get to blow him out. It's like that could decide the whole game right there. That's the downside of a card like Sticky Fingers, is if your opponent has mana up, like, in a spot where they probably don't have something, it's like, what are you going to do? Like, he probably loses the game single-handedly because of getting 2 for 1 there and just losing his whole turn. Because I'll bet you he had a 3-drop to play, and he just didn't get the treasure that he was expecting to get. Okay. Sure. Or maybe he's short on mana or something. What another fantastic draw. Mega Citizen. They are the Groundbreaker and the Crowbar Wielder. They are just all about that construction lifestyle. A crowbar in one hand, a shovel in the other. Power to the people. I think we got him. I even have this Cabaretti Charm to use with this guy as the combat trick that it deserves to be. Let's go! Oh no. It was 4 damage. I really hope he blocks there. Yeah, this is way better for me. Mission accomplished. Good game. Let's go! That's such a sweet feeling. I mean, honestly, oh man, that one feels good. Going back to my roots, as they say. Oh my gosh, what a sweet victory. I didn't even need the power of democracy. I didn't even need a public representative or whatever the card is called, civil servant. I didn't even need to serve the people. I just needed one citizen willing to do kind of what citizens should all be willing to do, and that's use a crowbar and a shovel to break some ground and, I was going to say hit some people, but that seems like not the sort of behavior I want to encourage. Oh, man. He had just a humble laborer himself. He had the, 4-5, the stout arm holding some logs. But, that's not the most important part of the construction business here. Most important part is the shovels and the crowbars, clearly. Man, that hand really shaped up. I had, 4 lands in the opener or something. And then, a couple of cards that I could cast, but... Citizens unite. Man, Citizens hype. I'm definitely liking this deck a lot. It seems pretty good to me. I think that the fact that I didn't take the last dual land is fine, because I have 4 dual lands in the deck, so I'm not going to flood out. And I still managed to have 9 sources of green and 9 sources of white, which is pretty good, I think. And that's going to really serve me well. There's no actual... Why would we... Oh my gosh, the rematch! Grudge match against Frank Karsten. Gosh, and I have the mulligan. Feels bad, because I don't have my colors, as I was just talking about how good my colors are. Okay, this is much better. We're going to ditch this plains. Oh, man. Frank Karsten better be ready for the Civil Servants. I wasn't ready to hit him with the Civil Servants in the first game, out of respect. But in this second game, I'm going to have to take him down. I even have the combat trick. Oh, yes. For the citizen, for the people! The people will know your name. The gall. Does he think I don't have a citizen to give my guy lifelink? Oh, is he missing lands? No! Not like this, Frank! Senior Karsten, please! Play a land! Play something, please! I don't want to just stomp you. Oh, yes. Using the Elspeth avatar to signify that I represent justice. Okay, he does have a land. Let's go. It shall be a close engagement. A battle for the ages. I think I'm just going to play Jewel Thief this turn. Because then I can potentially double spell in the future. This isn't it, yeah. It pains me not to play my second Civil Servant here, but I think Jewel Thief is just better. It sets me up to double spell next turn with both my citizen stuff, and also I can play this, have up 2 different combat tricks, depending on if he wants to go for removal or something. And we'll be in good shape. Okay, blitzing it, looks like. I'm going to save the shield counter one, because the shield counter gets around the death touch pretty nicely. From one civil servant to another, I give you the gift of lifelink. Gosh, whenever I play this card, I'm just gonna be like thinking of just like random things that a civil servant can say. It's like the like lion in Zootopia. This is like the start of his career. It's like early days for Mayor Lionheart. This is where he started, on the streets of New Capenna, and then he found himself in Zootopia, and he was like, "Okay, this is my wheelhouse. I can really lead from here." Yeah. Vote me for mayor of Zootopia. Oh, gosh. He doesn't have white mana. No! Oh, gosh. Sticky fingers. Okay, now he has white mana. I'm going to do this so I can hold up Boon of Safety. Oh, that's a combo. I think I can take this one down, though. This Groundbreaker is going to be really good for me. And I still have a lot of power worth of creatures. Wow, he goes to 4? Oh my goodness. That's shocking. He must have like a fight spell or something. I can like equip this as there as well. So like on board, he's not getting another chance to trade with it. Also, he can't possibly race me because I've gained so much life. And I can't flood out because I have 2 plazas. I guess he has 2 plazas as well, so he can't flood out either. I like my chances here. I'm in much better shape. Wow, he's attacking. Does he have a board sweeper that kills everything? Okay. Okay. So he had prize fight. I thought this was a sorcery for some reason. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Like I read it, and then I thought it was a sorcery, and then I guess I now know that it is not. So he can't attack with a strong arm anymore. No, you have to deal lethal damage to the blocker. It's just the default setting, I think. I really hope I can close this out. That prize fight was really good. I think I'm still in good shape though. I have a good equipment in play. I don't really want to trade with it because I think all of my creatures are really valuable because they can wear the Groundbreaker. And he already has infinite mana. And, yeah. I don't really care about my life total. Okay, so if he taps out, I could potentially just lethal him. Okay. Okay, so he's out of card. Interesting. So I could equip this here. Play this, equip Crowbar to it. Next turn. It is a NicolaiBolas shirt, Adronius. It is indeed. On the back, it says hello, hello, hello. made it myself. I guess I said that last time. I made it myself. It says hello, hello, hello on the back. So next turn I'm going to play Crowbar. Buff this with this thing's trigger. Put that on. The link. I think that's the link. Yeah. See, now double blocking this prevents them from getting the white source that they need to sacrifice their land. Oh, but they draw a card from their sticky fingers, right? So that was probably still bad. No, what am I doing? Okay. I think they're dead on board. Maybe they're not quite dead on board. So they have to block like there and then double block this. Okay. He has 1 toughness. I have 5/5 that can become a 7 power creature. So he needs a big top deck here. There aren't even that many high toughness creatures. I also got rid of his life gain thing. Okay, that's a big creature, but it's not big enough. 5, 6, 7. Got there. We defeated the Hall of Famer twice this run. Exciting stuff. Let's go. Into Bronze 3. Oh my gosh. And I will see you folks next round. Welcome to another round. We are not against Frank Carson this time, so we don't have to just keep crushing Hall of Famers. We can crush some regular people for a change. We're all just regular people at the end of the day. That's what the Magic story taught me about Elspeth, is that Elspeth just... Honestly, the Magic story for New Capenna was really funny, because half the time, Elspeth was just like a normal person, and it was really leading me to question, like, wait, I really thought that Planeswalkers had, like, special powers. I'm not really understanding this vibe where they get completely wrecked by, like, street hoodlums. I'm just, like, reading it like, what is happening? Oh, man. Okay. We're going to hold up Boon of Safety before we go to combat. Are they going to try to murder something? That's going to be so cute when I blow it out with my Boon of Safety. Oh, Marco. Expect the unexpected. Okay, I would like a planes, actually. It lets me cast this and equip in the same turn. She lost the MacGuffin that gave her plot armor. I thought you were going to say she had to mulligan, so she lost her plot armor, which was funny as well. Lost the MacGuffin that gave her. Oh, no, 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 that's not fair. It's not fair. When it attacks. Oh, no. Brutal. Still gonna smack. Attack. So if they attack with this, they'll only have one blocker. Let's hope they don't hit anything absurd off of that. Classic Zeotora's Envoy. The Ashino Warrior. Also in the Magic story, Zeotora was in it for like a sentence. It was insane. I was really excited to like read about the Riveteers, and then there was like a sentence about them. Come on, guys. There was only like showed them from like the perspective of one of the other families, and then there was no like cool character you got to vibe with in the Riveteers. It was just like, oh my gosh, it was so frustrating. Oh, I was reading the Magic story and I was so excited. I was like, man, this set is so cool. I'm gonna learn all about all the families. And then I was like, well, I'll learn about some of the families. And then I'm like, okay, I'll learn a lot about one of the families and like basically nothing about any of the others. Okay, please be a land on top of their deck. Yes! 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 Overhyped. Celebrating. Way too hard. Like acting like I won the championship. Too much power. Oh, I'm so sorry, buddy. So sorry. It's a tragedy, really. You hate to see it. Oh man, just dumpstering people with green-white. Green-white splashing red, let's go. I'm glad that I made sure in the archetype section of my draft guide to talk about the green-white archetype. And if you haven't already watched my draft guide for New Capenna, check it out. It's really great. I talk about all sorts of cool stuff like top commons and archetypes and all that stuff. You hope there's a D&D setting for this book? Book for this setting? Honestly, that would be so much fun, playing D&D set on New Capenna. Oh my gosh. Like, honestly, fantasy setting D&D is also great, but... Oh, what a draw. What a hand. But being able to play D&D on New Capenna, also sweet. I like D&D. Dungeons & Dragons is hype. Oh, yes. It's all about the right folks to play with. Because when you have the right gang, it really doesn't matter if you don't know all the rules properly. I really like how these things like appear from the sky. It's definitely a great touch. The Cat Citizens policies. Free catnip for everyone! In reality, they'll promise something massive and then never deliver because that's how campaigns work. I'm not saying that to be cynical. I'm just saying that that's because that's how they work. Because when you're on the campaign, you can pretty much say whatever you want. I don't know if you're legally obliged to like follow through on campaign promises, but a lot of the stuff they say is clearly not going to happen just because it's not how stuff works. I came across as really cynical about the political system there. That was not my intent. Not my intention at all, actually. No, don't counter it, please. I want my Jewel Thief to live. No! Oh, it's Fairy Vandal. All good, bud. You can take that Fairy Vandal. Straight to the bank. I'm okay with it. On guard! Epee! Parry! Not parry. Parry, not parry. Oh! Criminy. Not good. I'm not really heavy on that interaction lifestyle, so that could be a yikes. Lagrella the Magpie. So, Lagrella, we meet again. Who's my favorite planeswalker in this set? I mean, there's 3 planeswalkers, right? I like Elspeth the best of the 3. But I will also say that historically, Vivian has never been my favorite planeswalker just because she kind of came out of left field and always felt kind of like arbitrary. I don't know. Why would you do such a thing when you know that I could play my... Okay, I'm actually just going to play this thing before the Civil Servant, but I'm going to be giving you lifelink someday, Civil Servant. Someday the Civil Servant shall gain lifelink. Paris, épée. Ah! Aye! Whee! Wait, they're choosing the Fencer? You've got to be kidding me. Why would you ever choose the Fencer? The Civil Servant can gain lifelink and completely swing the race. Don't pick the Fencer. Yes, there you go. Okay, I like that play a lot better. I did everything out of order. I just did a lot of this stuff post-combat.
Oops. Uh-oh. Whoopsie daisies. That was a mistake.
I moved the equipment because this one couldn't block, and in my head, that was more significant than it was, but you were right. I did not need to move the equipment. And a Rat-Row. Giving myself Boon of Safety is real nice insurance here. It's an excellent thing for a politician to have. It's just that little safety net. Like, a tad, like, you have something on the other guy, so they're not going to go after you too hard. Having Civil Servant in my deck makes me just, like, say random political statements when I really don't mean to. I'm basically implying that the Boon of Safety is the equivalent of having some blackmail on your opponent. Gotcha! Literally exactly, Adronius. Blackmail counter. It's really funny because sometimes you'll be talking about Magic the Gathering and like you'll just have someone in earshot that's not talking about Magic the Gathering and you'll just say like, yeah, murder is absurd. That murder was so good. I got 2 for 1 with that murder. It's like, oh my gosh. Or like, there's just a bunch of cards like that where it's like insane shenanigans. 479. I'm worried about them having +4/+4. That's why I'm blocking like this. Because otherwise I would have been dead. I'm still dead if they have 2 combat tricks, but I think I can weather that storm. And my boon of safety will keep one of my creatures alive, and then I can zap whatever creature they have left. Are they saying good game? Oh, they can see. They don't even make me go through the motions of killing their citizen, which is good because then I can technically say in my campaign that no citizens were harmed in the making of this video. Nope, never mind. That citizen was certainly harmed. They got in a fight with the civil servant, and that citizen is now in the graveyard. Yikes. Okay. We will need to rephrase our campaign. Citizens are naturally going to churn. Some citizens... Oh, new life can only come from death. That's going to be a good way to phrase that. We'll make it so that our campaign sounds really beneficial. Cats are very territorial. What does that have to do with anything? Are you saying that they're encroaching into their district? You're saying, oh, you can't run in this district. The one who survived may even vote for you. Exactly. Oh, nice. Great hand. It's really funny. There was a... What was I going to say? Oh, there was one of these events where it was really funny because they asked me what my username was for the event. And I told, in every other previous event, I had been NicolaiBolas VIP. So I sent them NicolaiBolas VIP. So in the event, I was NicolaiBolas VIP, which was so funny. Oh, what a draw. Okay, I regret nothing. Taking that last civil servant, best choice. And now this thing's going to come down on turn 4. Sign me up. Let's go. I could even play Celebrity Fencer first, or I could just play the Flyer. Let's play the Fencer first, because we have nothing better to do. And this way it'll get a counter. Gosh! Okay, well, good decision, I guess. Sure. I'm going to sacrifice this next turn. I really wanted to hold up for the family in case they had a removal spell, but I can't afford to. I have to play this land because this way I can sacrifice this and hold up and cast for the family both next turn. Okay, I wasn't punished. They double block, I have the for the family. Actually, I don't actually have to use it. I can just kill their psychic pickpocket and like knock off the shield counter on the agent, which is probably even better. Yeah, never mind. This is certainly better. It's like a 1-mana 3/4. I get to keep my guy around. It's a little risky playing the ground creature instead of my flyer, because the flyer is probably going to be able to connect. There's a reason they bounced it. But growing this thing to a 4/3 is like a relevant increase in size. Citizen attrition is inevitable. That is the coolest sound effect they could have chosen. Holy heck. That was amazing. That literally sounded like a concert warming up for an orchestra. That was a thing of beauty. I'm so happy. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Wow, they have so many psychic pickpockets. This isn't a common, is it? No, it's not. It's like they have 4 copies of it somehow. 3 copies. They've only played uncommons, pretty much. They've literally only played uncommons. I can't believe it. It makes no sense. Oh my gosh. Wrecked. They were saving that. They're pretty proud of themselves. They are pretty proud of themselves. How many uncommons do they have? What is happening? Okay. This is how it ends. Gosh, I needed the Observer in play, but they would have killed it anyway. I was going to play that land pretty much no matter what because I had the Plaza. But maybe I wasn't supposed to. Because I would be winning this game if I had the Observer guy. Gosh, I wrecked myself. Oh man, I should have played around this guy. Cost me the game, unfortunately. It wasn't like a strictly bad play because I did have like this land in play. So that was the reason I did it, was because I pay 5 mana and then I can actually cast the 2-drop turn after. But ah! I don't know exactly how this card works. Reading it, it sounds like it should get +X/+X, where X is the greatest power or toughness among creatures you control. But I'm also not sure if it's like you only get the boost on the toughness for one side of it, and power for the other side, or something weird. I don't even know. Also, this is the first game where I haven't had easy access to red, and I do draw both my red cards. But that's bound to happen eventually. Wow. So once I find my red source, I'm going to be winning again. Is what it seems like. Okay. I have mountain. I have 4 red sources in the deck, so I'm going to find one soon. Not really. It doesn't really matter though. I can cast every card in my deck. Okay, probably the worst card I could have drawn, unfortunately. I mean, worst spell I could have drawn. Cold top decking mountain would be the best. Or ominous parcel. So that's two outs. And then I have 2 more tap lands that are red, which probably are too slow at this point. I just want to gain some life. I'm also just trying to get a scry on. Gain some life. Buy myself some time. If they have another spell in hand, I'm in trouble. No, I wish I could assign it the other way. I mean, their deck is doing well. They're playing all uncommons somehow. I don't know how that happened. How the heck did they also have that card? That's crazy. And this card? What the heck? That's nutty. But, like, I would have won this game if I just made a slightly different play, like, 6 turns ago and had my Angelic Observer in play. Like... Or if I'd drawn a red source, I think I would have won this game as well. So, like, their deck is good, but not unbeatable by any means. This game was going really well until they played the 3rd bounce guy, or the 2nd bounce guy. I guess they pitched 1 bounce guy to the next bounce guy. Yep. Oh, such is life. Such is life. Oh well. We've won a lot of games, so it's okay to give one to the opponents. Those are the frustrating ones, though, because they take a long time, and you're not supposed to, like, concede early in the early access event. Also, we had outs. So it's like we have outs, so we, like, shouldn't concede, but, like, it's a long time. I'm not allowed to use sub badges recon by fire on Twitch. Oh, let's go. We're back to our old self again. Okay. I'm going to use this to get a mountain, so I can play my Cabaretti Charm at some point here. I think this turn... I want them to get another treasure. Nice. It is tough not to use that as a removal spell here. You must know I have something here. So I can block there. I want to make that trade. Two, 4, 7, 10. I don't care. And then I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13. Dang, I'm so close to just having lethal. So I back. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 13. I'm literally one off. They have 2, 4, 7. I'm going to be at 12. I'm gonna sacrifice this land. Okay. Did I just kill myself? 3, 6, 8, 10. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad. Do they have a burn spell? Why would they do that? Why wouldn't they kill me? You have the fixer! Oh, they saw my full mana and they got confused. I don't even know. Now they're just dead. I punted and then they punted it back. Oh no, I punted it back. Still. Okay. I could have lived if I had buffed my guy up like a smart person. It was not lethal. I did +1/+0, and they're at 5. So if I give +1/+4 to any of my guys, it doesn't matter. Wow, if I'd literally given this guy +4/+4, I would have been fine. I wasn't thinking about them playing this thing with haste again. Wow. What a troll play. I trolled so hard! No! Because if I put them to 1, I have 4 creatures. I have 5 creatures. There's no way they can possibly live. Especially one with flying. Oh my gosh, what a fail. Feels bad. Lesson learned. Man. If I did the Cabaret Charm for +1/+1 to all creatures. But if I did the Cabaret Charm for +1/+1 to all creatures, I wouldn't have had 4 creatures in play to give Cabaret Charm +4/+4. I didn't attack with one of the citizens because I needed to attack with the citizen to pump my other guy and give it lifelink. My thing was not going to give +4/+4 unless I used the Cabaret Charm to make creatures. Also, I shouldn't have attacked with all my guys if I wasn't going to go for lethal, because I could just hold back a chump blocker and be totally fine. Actually, I still would have been screwed by that one creature that they had. I could have held back. I would have had to hold back too many guys. If I hold it back for blocks, I still get wrecked by the thing that gives them unblockable, pretty much. Man, that was just bad, though. I should have just plus buffed my guy and put them to 1. Like, normally you don't want to use your buff spell if you're not going to kill them outright. But, like, there, it's like, what are they going to do? I have 5 creatures in play. Oh, man, lesson learned. Bunch of new cards in the format. I just literally wasn't even thinking of them. Even though they played that card earlier in the game, I just didn't even think about it. Oh, well. Feels bad, but, you know. You can do that at instant speed. Good to know. Sure. I would normally just play this guy out. I guess I have price value. I'm just going to play this guy out. Just hits like a truck. Dang. That last game was disappointing. think this is the correct play. I get through some damage. I get a favorable trade. At least it feels favorable. I keep both of my scaling creatures. Two 4/3s is better than 1/5/4 and 1/3/2 because this way they're more likely to both get towards being lethal at the same time, which is valuable. At least that's my logic. Okay. That's devastating. This doesn't have reach, does it? Man, feels bad to lose 2 games in a row that I feel like I could have won. We'll put it on there so that they can't strangle it. Put them to 1 so not all of my creatures are lethal. If they somehow deal with my flyer, I can kill the Cavalry Ascendancy. I can kill any reach creatures they play. Okay. Oh my gosh, the legendary clause on Rocco. They have 2 Topiary Stompers? That's really funny. We'll hit him with the good game. Whew, got the win. Feels good to bounce back after a rough loss. It's funny because the loss that I had that I was frustrated about was like a loss that like I feel like a lot of people would have because it's just like ingrained that you don't cast your combat trick unless it's lethal. But that's like the like whatever percentage time where you're supposed to do it, and so that's why it like threw me. And also, I think I should have seen it, which is the other reason it kind of threw me. So like, yeah, those are the ones where it's like, oh, it feels really good to make a really good play, and so it feels bad to like notice after the fact when you lose, where it's like, oh, right, I could have literally like made this impossible for me to lose. Though to be fair, I might not have won, because if they hold back all their guys and they play Inspiring Overseer, they get another draw step, and then maybe they have answers. The Raging Levine. Okay, we'll keep this. We need to draw one of our early drops, but we have some options. We have things we could draw. Celebrity Fencer has felt pretty solid. This is draft Blue Spirit Lady. Oh, interesting. Oh, you'll love to see it. Civil Servant, welcome. I pledge to always be there for you on turn 2. If, in exchange, I am going to trade, because trading for their Death Touch creature is really good with my given my hand. That Death Touch creature dunks on every card in my hand. I think I'm going to need this as a removal spell for that. And I have plenty to do. I don't need the mana. Hit me with your best shot. Huh, there's confetti and stuff. Okay. And I can Cabaret Charm to make 2/1/1s and give +4/+4 to those guys. If I don't hit a land next turn, I think I will sacrifice my guy to get a land. No! Wow. I literally didn't have one until they just... Oh my gosh, that's so brutal. That's so unlucky. I just drew that. Oh no, they would have whiffed with their guy. No! Feels bad. This is tough. Ninjutsu? I'm kidding. So I don't really want to kill this because it'll make that thing more easy to use. The reason I'm putting on this is so that it doesn't trade with the Nimble Larcenist. If they want to double block, I'm okay with it. Otherwise, 7 damage is a bit too much to pass up when I'm getting beaten down in the air. And if they do block, they're going to probably just lose the game, so. They have 9 in the air. So I can Ominous Partial to kill their Syndicate Infiltrator next turn. If they flip 2 different costs. Okay. They already have. They have 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, and 0. So if this thing chumps, they'll still be fine. I'm just trying to kill this on my next turn with Parcel. Hoping for the best here. Let's go. Big play. Big play alert. They have to make some sort of block here. This they can double block. This is still probably good for me though. I wonder if they have a board sweeper. Okay, they do not have a board sweeper. I can confirm they do not have a board sweeper. Just checking, there is no board sweeper. Oh my gosh, strangle. Oh, and now they can double block this guy. Brutal. Oh well. We'll get him. No attacks. If they double block here, I lose all my pressure. Or a lot of my pressure, at least. So gain 2 power. And I can equip it. I could have equipped this guy, but now I have 10 toughness, which they can't contest. So they have to jump it. If they don't have like a murder or something, they're going to be in real trouble here. Give this 4 power so it can attack into the Seraph. I should have put it on this thing so this guy could attack. But trample is nice here. Okay. I think they could have sacked this land. Maybe they need it for something. Oh, they wouldn't have a green source. It's not an artifact creature, just double checking. So I'm going to attack with this and this. Just playing it a little bit safe, being careful. I could technically try to put them to 1, but then if they have like a removal spell for this, then I just lose, potentially. I'm going to hold this in case they have a sweeper. Hopefully draw my shield counter card with this. Okay. Successfully strangled. Got the win. Huge. Feels good. That was good. Nice victory for sure. I think this is the final round. I think we're 6-2. Hopefully we can bounce back from some potential blunders and misplays in a couple of our losses and do the citizens proud. Let's go. Okay, chat. I need some encouragement, or, I mean, I guess you could root against me, but there's no fun in that. So, what do you think is going to happen? Let me know in the comments section / Twitch chat. Oh, man. This is so fun. I really like this deck. It's funny because when I have a really good deck, I'm not even sad about losing because I don't like losing, which I don't like losing. So that is probably a factor. But I also just feel like, oh, man, I'm letting down all of the citizens. All of the citizens. Humble citizens, I come before you as one of you, a citizen myself. Together, we want more campaign promises before we choose sides. Gauntlet X VIP. The classic Elspeth versus battle. We'll keep this. If only we top deck a citizen on turn 2, it would be perfect. Wow, chef's kiss. Wow, I feel betrayed. No! I would love a removal spell. I think I just need lands. I'm giving up my red source, but I think this could be good. Hopefully this works out. The classic mirror match in the finals. Wishing I had my removal spell, but nothing can be done. I had to try and get my lands in order. Sure thing. Jewel Thief it is. Well, that's a bad sign. So much stuff wrecks me here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I did not realize that text. Oh, it doesn't matter. This is a problem. I'm in trouble. This card is just too good. Well, it was a nice try. We tried to get the trophy. I threw away a couple games I could have won. And as such, we do not get the trophy. I honestly can't believe they got rid of both shield counters. I can still kill the thing. Man, the fact that I had to put this card on the bottom is so sad. Because that card killing this is huge. We're alive! I need kind of a miracle here to live, though. Like, I need to draw a Cabaretti Charm or something. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, that's a way to lose a game. Holy heck. They played that insane angel and they just like kind of inted the angel because like they could have just kept the shield counter on it and just easily won. And then yeah. Yikes. Oh man. Some close games there. Unfortunately I didn't use my combat trick that one game, and I played my land to lose my Angelic Observer, or I could have gotten that 7 wins probably. But still a fun run, and hopefully you did enjoy it. Hopefully you learned something. If you did like it, remember to hit the thumbs up button on the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. And if you did make it all the way to the end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag campaign promises, because the Civil Servant was such a key card for the deck. It was so much fun to play, and the citizens really did unite to get us to a lot of wins. There's Also stuff, if you do enjoy my content, you can support it on Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, linked in the description down below. You can get access to my card-by-card tier list for new Capenna and also other cool rewards, so check that out if you want to help me continue making videos and also gain access to some bonus resources and perks. You can also find linked in the description down below links to the NicolaiBolas Twitch stream if you want to check me out live, Discord server, articles, and merchandise stuff in the description down below as well. All of that good stuff. Anyway, that is going to hashtag citizen attrition. Sorry. Anyway, that is going to do it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time.